Hey guys, Jay Johnson here, Transgender Support. So I was just thinking about something that really kind of stuck with me. It was going back to the topic we've said before about gender identity and gender presentation. And I was having a conversation with someone who was talking about, well, what about if there's somebody who their gender identity is female, so they're trans feminine, and they're born anatomically male, but they don't want to get into all the stages while they're waiting, such as the long hair, the jewelry, the different clothes, etc. And I said, well, for me, that's perfectly normal and what I could expect, because the whole point is that presentation is separate from identity, meaning that just because you identify as female and you're trans female, for example, doesn't mean that everything for you is pink and frilly and wanting to be what is classically or socially, societally known as feminine. That's very normal. But what's more interesting to me is the fact that because trans people often have to go through a situation where they're often thinking about proving something to people, really showing the extreme to society in order for people to believe that, then sometimes people have to overcompensate. And so in a way, people kind of go through the transition oftentimes without the range that cisgender people feel like they can. So if you are, for example, a trans woman who would otherwise be someone who could be like a tomboy in some certain phases or certain scenarios, you might feel like you can't do that because you're doing everything possible to show, no, please, everything you can construe society as feminine, I want you to take that for me. And that must be very frustrating. Now, I personally have always been drawn to more of like the society attached feminine stuff. So when I started my transition, if I could grow my hair out, wear earrings, anything at all, have the top surgery, things like that, that was comfortable for me. But I wanted to make this to just recognize that I feel for people who have, the confidence in saying I have my gender identity that now causes gender dysphoria, but that puts me as a transgender person. And in order for me to even, quote, pass or be accepted as my known gender, I have to really overcompensate for them, because some things wouldn't be as natural. Now they have to grow their hair out, now they have to wear the makeup, now they have to wear the certain clothing. And so I guess what this means is in the future, progress will be demonstrated by when we don't have to attach gender presentation with gender identity.